Part 6 of our gag motive series. This is really the finale. I told you guys there was going to be 6 parts. Obviously, I've been very busy. I do a lot of stuff here, so I have not been able to finish this off now that I got a little break with everything. Figured I'd go ahead and wrap this up. This series you guys have really enjoyed, and I plan on doing more with this in the future. But the part 6 to this, and this is just a fun one that it's something. I guess it's kind of self-obvious, but at the same time, something people don't really think about. The 6th part, as you read in the title, the kidnapper just doesn't want to hear him anymore, and that's a kidnapper's prerogative, a decision that the person in control gets to make. And I've used this in my writing now several times. The scenes where the damsel earns the gag, similar to the I think it was part 3. Part 3 of this series, the one with Alicia Cuthbert in 24, where she's pleading with the captors. That one. When a damsel earns it by misbehaving like that or trying to cause problems, those are always really good. But if you go to, it's kind of, you'd have to see more of the film to really know. But if you just look at Amy Brenneman's scene in Fear, which, as you know, is one of my all-time favorites, which I've used as examples for things countless times. But if you've actually seen the movie and you know what's going on in that home invasion scene, what's just happened in the setting of the film, that whole thing takes place. Bill Peterson, he's a pretty wealthy guy, and he lives in like this little private, it's like that's the guy. There's a security guard that gets killed beforehand by Mark Wahlberg and his buddies. He like monitors the place, so they're very isolated. There's no neighbors around. So when they're in the house, and first he gags Peterson, and then after that, when you see Amy's on screen gagging, what's happening when she's yelling in his face? She starts screaming and pleading. Well, he really just gags her just because he doesn't want to hear her anymore. And she gets the hint and doesn't even oof after at all.
Stop! No, get off me! No! Stop hitting her, you mother!
Come on, Mr. Walker.
That neither one of them do. So the thing is like he didn't have to gag her. There was no reason for it at all. I mean, she's sitting there screaming, but his couple buddies that are still alive that are in the house, I think maybe there's just one left in the house. He's upstairs, so he can't really hear anything. So she's not going to plead with anybody. As far as like controlling the room goes, he's totally in control. There's really no other reason for it other than he just doesn't want to hear her anymore. So he just shuts her up, and there's nothing she can do about it. So that's right. And you've seen that before, I'm sure. I've done that. Even in some of my more recent work, I've kind of done that. I mean, there's always multiple reasons for things, but there was really no reason other than the fact that he just didn't want to hear her anymore. You could say that you could try and use some of the other examples. They weren't going to be left alone together, so they weren't going to be working as a team. Like I said, she wasn't going to be able to plead with anybody. You could say he was trying to intimidate him. He didn't really need to do that. She started screaming in his face, so he shut her up. And like I said, I've used that. I've used that kind of in a for a temporary motive in some of my more recent work. But there's normally, it's more than one thing going together. It's normally not just one of these. Like I said, I plan on doing more with this in the future. Maybe rerunning some episodes and doing some giveaways if people can give me their analysis and take on the scene. So, something like that would be fun. It'd be more fun if I had a co-host here, which is what I'm working on. But, yeah, that's really your 6 main motives. So you can run back through the playlist, the Gag Corral playlist, and find those. And, yeah. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. And that's what we got for this little mini-series. I'm sure I'll run more in the future. There's a lot of things I could talk about, a lot of different things. So, give me a lot of good content for later on. But, thanks guys.